Sun to study the solar atmosphere and to test Einstein's theory of general relativity. At a period at the end. Solar eclipses have always been important to people, so it's not surprising that they've always been connected to different myths and supers. At a period at the end. Some cultures saw them as a sign of dreadful things to come or a way to talk to their deities. At a period at the end. Others thought they could be used to predict the future or scare away evil spirits. At a period at the end. All these beliefs show how much solar eclipses have meant to people. At a period at the end. Here are a few examples of some of the most mysterious, cool, or just famous solar eclipses. At the end. The eclipse of Taos, one of the most famous solar eclipses in history. At the end. It is said to have occurred in the year 585 BCE and was reportedly predicted by the ancient Greek philosopher Thales of Miletus. At a period at the end. According to legend, Thales was able to predict the eclipse by observing the cycles of the moon, and his prediction is said to have amazed and frightened the people of the time. At a period at the end. The eclipse of Ptolemy, a total solar eclipse that is said to have occurred in the year 150 CE. At the end. It is famous because it's mentioned in the writings of the ancient Greek astronomer Ptolemy. At a period at the end. He used his observations of the moon cycles to his prediction, which astonished and alarmed the people of that time. At a period at the end. The eclipse of the century, a total solar eclipse that occurred on July 11, 1991. At the end. The eclipse of the pyramids, a total solar eclipse that occurred on March 20, 2015, and was visible from parts of Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. At the end. It became famous because it passed directly over the ancient pyramids of Giza in Egypt, providing a unique opportunity for scientists and tourists to study the eclipse from this historic location. At the end. The Great American Eclipse of 2017, a total solar eclipse that was visible across a large portion of the United States, from coast to coast. At the end. It was the first total eclipse visible from the contiguous U.S. in nearly 40 years and attracted millions of spectators. At the end. Since solar eclipses happen quite rarely, you wouldn't want to miss such an event. At the end. Here are some general tips. At the end. Use proper eye protection. Never look directly at the sun, even during an eclipse. At the end. It's not worth risking your sight. At the end. To observe a solar eclipse safely, use things like certified solar eclipse glasses or a pinhole projector. At the end. These devices allow you to view the eclipse without looking directly at the sun, and they help protect your eyes from the harmful effects of the sun's rays. At the end. Find a good viewing location. To get the best view of the solar eclipse, it's important to find a location that is within the path of the eclipse and has a clear view of the sky. At the end. Use a camera or telescope. If you have a camera or telescope with a solar filter, you can use it to take pictures or observe the eclipse more closely. At the end. Just be sure to use a solar filter to protect your eyes and equipment. At the end. Stay informed. It's important to be up to date about the details of a solar eclipse, including the exact timing, location, and type of eclipse. At the end. This information can help you plan your viewing and ensure that you have the proper equipment. At the end. We are traveling through space at the speed of light. The route from Earth to the Sun at that speed will take only 8 minutes. However, it would take us about 35 years to reach our destination, which is, by the way, still very fast. In comparison, a conventional rocket would take about 600,000 years to make the journey. And here we are in a star system suspiciously very similar to our own. Our scientists suspect that life could exist here, just like on Earth. A red dwarf, which is 30% the size and weight of the Sun, lies at the heart of this star system. But let's dive into the planets orbiting this star that interest us the most. The first planet in this star system is L9859b. Its size is somewhere between Earth and Mars, but it's very light, It's only half the mass of Venus. However, life is impossible on this rocky planet because it's too close to the star. It's so hot that you burn a cake if you tried baking it on its surface. It's about 100 degrees higher than the maximum temperature of your oven. The planet makes a complete circle around its host star in just 2 days, compared to 365 days for Earth. It receives 22 times more energy than we get from the sun, so not only is it hot, but there's also a lot of dangerous radiation. Moving on, the next planet is L9859c. It is roughly 2.8 million miles from its host star, which is 13 times closer than the distance from Mercury to the Sun. This planet makes a complete revolution around the star in 3.7 days. What's interesting about this planet is that it is 30% bigger than Earth and twice as heavy. Therefore, it belongs to the class of super-Earth planets. Such planets can be rich in elements like water, ice, methane, and hydrogen, which are necessary for life's existence. Many scientists believe that it's on such planets that extraterrestrial civilizations can live. However, due to the planet's strong gravitational force, civilizations on such planets may have difficulty flying into space. Now let's discuss L9859, which is almost twice as heavy as Earth and 50% bigger. Scientists have calculated that about a third of its mass could be water. For comparison, the mass of all water on Earth is only 0.02%. The presence of water is a crucial condition for the emergence of life. However, we can only speculate about where the water might be. It could be on the surface, but the high temperatures on the planet can turn large oceans into giant clouds of steam. Alternatively, water could also exist as groundwater below the surface. We can't know for sure yet. The next planet in the star system is L9859. This newly discovered planet belongs to the super-Venus class. It's a rocky planet that is 3 times the size of Earth. Super-Venus class planets are heavy enough to have an atmosphere, but the conditions there resemble a greenhouse. Different gases fill the atmosphere, causing the greenhouse effect. Star rays pass through the gases to the planet's surface, reflect off it, and rise upward. However, the dense gases don't let them leave the atmosphere, resulting in increasing temperatures on the planet. The planet's dense atmosphere also allows the stellar wind to carry water vapor and other elements from the upper layers into space. Life cannot exist on such a planet, similar to Earth's twin sister Venus. So far, all the planets we've examined are outside the habitable zone of the host star. The habitable zone is the sweet spot at a perfect distance from the star, where the planet isn't too hot and the water doesn't evaporate instantly. The planets L9859b, L9859c, and L9859e are too close to the host star. However, the third planet, L9859, looks more promising. Now let's discuss the hypothetical planet, L9859, which may potentially exist in the habitable zone. This super-Earth candidate is 2.5 times heavier than our home planet, raising hopes that it's a rocky world just like the other planets in this star system. Its weight is enough to have a dense atmosphere, and the temperature on its surface should be suitable for water to exist in liquid form. This planet completes a full orbit around its host star in 23 days, meaning a new year would occur roughly every 3 weeks. However, the existence of this planet is still highly doubtful as we have no direct evidence. To date, all the other planets in this star system have been discovered using the transit method. This method involves pointing telescopes directly at a star and observing its brightness change as a planet passes between us and the star. By observing such transits, scientists can determine the size and speed of the planet. However, we still lack direct evidence for the existence of life on these planets.